This is something we've never had to deal with in the history of the show.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Secondhand Cringe, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 competition show scandals that got contestants kicked off. Number 10, head shaving incident, Top Chef.
Thought it would be a good idea to try to shave Marcel's head.
Cliff Crooks, Sam Talbot, Elia Abumrad, and Elon Hall got rowdy, with the latter two deciding to shave their heads. They then turned their sights on a sleeping Marcel Vigneron's heavily styled head of hair. In his attempt to shave Vigneron's head by force, Crooks attacked and pinned him down, which constituted a breaking of the rules against aggressive physical contact. The next morning, Crooks was disqualified and asked to leave the competition.
Unfortunately, you know the rules.
Number 9, breaking COVID protocol, The Voice. While it was initially reported that Ryan Gallagher dropped out of season 19 of The Voice, the singer would later respond by saying he had been disqualified. The story broke that he had violated the show's COVID-19 protocol all contestants were required to follow.
ET has learned that Ryan's departure is because he broke The Voice's strict COVID-19 protocols.
Gallagher denied the allegation through his representatives. There was some speculation that his dismissal may have been linked to his mother's hospitalization with the virus some weeks prior. Number 8, Inappropriate Relationship, The Bachelor. When the 25 hopefuls of season 14 began the competition, they were all looking for love. According to the show, Rosalind Papa may have found it not in the season's bachelor, Jake Pavelka, but in a member of the production team. In the second week, host Chris Harrison took her aside to awkwardly confront her with this information.
You entered into an inappropriate relationship with one of our staffers.
The producer was fired, and Papa was disqualified from the season as a result. Although she would later deny the show's story, Harrison confronted her at the reunion, and the other contestants offered their own eyewitness accounts of the misconduct. Number 7, What Did Willam Do? RuPaul's Drag Race.
It has come to my attention that you have broken the rules.
After winning the week's Maxi Challenge, RuPaul called Willam forward to announce that she was being kicked off the show for breaking competition rules. No other details were revealed until the reunion, where Willam said she gave a concocted story about conjugal visits with her husband during filming. Since the show, Willam has given an account of her numerous infractions of the rules, along with other allegations about the show's poor treatment of the cast. Number 6, The Tape Measure, Project Runway. When Claire Butendorp entered the season with her twin Sean, she didn't necessarily endear herself to her fellow competitors. Although contestants Michael Brambilla and Margarita Alvarez took issue with her incorporating ideas from the other designers, the real issue turned out to be that Claire was in possession of a tape measure in her room and was measuring clothing in her apartment.
Claire.
Yes.
Is it true that you have had a measuring tape in your room?
I have a measuring tape.
According to the rules of the show, measuring tools are forbidden outside the workroom, so Tim Gunn subsequently dismissed her from the show. Number 5, Title Revoked, America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks and company allegedly had to reshoot the final judging of the Top Model All-Stars cycle when original winner Angelique Preston was stripped of her crown for breaking the rules. Preston would later say she had disclosed her past career as an escort to producers, but they still revoked her win because of it.
So it was a stupid decision that I made, and then it came back to bite me with them decrowning me.
The show reshot portions of the finale without Preston's involvement, crowning competitor Lisa D'Amato instead. Preston would later sue the show and its makers, including Banks. Number 4, Misconduct in Mexico, Bachelor in Paradise. Just days after filming started, entertainment news sites picked up allegations of sexual misconduct on the Bachelor in Paradise set in Mexico.
This is the moment that viewers have been waiting for because we will finally hear directly from DeMario.
Production on the 4th season was suspended while the network, Warner Brothers, investigated an incident surrounding DeMario Jackson and Corinne Olympios. No evidence of wrongdoing was unearthed, but neither of the parties returned to complete the season with their castmates. Number 3, Inappropriate Touching, Survivor.
I was a little taken aback by Dan at first. He's like really touchy.
Throughout the season, Hollywood talent manager Dan Spilo ruffled feathers with his lack of attention to people's personal space. Accusations flew, and production actually had to intervene off camera. But the controversy continued. Fellow contestant Kelly Kim's discomfort with Spilo was manipulated by other players, and she was voted out. Spilo would later be ejected from the season, and although the reason wasn't spelled out for fellow castaways, it wasn't a total mystery. Number 2. Past indiscretions. American Idol. Scandal rocked the show when news broke that one semi-finalist, Corey Clark, had been arrested a month before auditioning. He was disqualified at the top 9. Clark maintained his innocence in the matter, saying that the show and the network treated him unfairly. He even went so far as to claim he had received coaching from Judge Paula Abdul, saying that it turned into a sexual relationship. It was a major scandal, especially considering how big American Idol was at the time.
Basically, the charges that they're trying to bring against me, I'm not guilty of at all. I am guilty of not telling the producers of the show what happened, though.
Number 1. Sherry Pie, RuPaul's Drag Race. The cast announcement for season 12 of the drag competition series was followed by several allegations of sexual misconduct against one queen. Multiple accusers came forward with stories about how Sherry Pie, whose given name is Joey Guglielmelli, catfished as a casting agent and convinced them to send illicit media of themselves. Sherry Pie was officially disqualified, but the season had already been shot. The editors did their best to lessen her presence over the episodes, but they couldn't hide her challenge wins and presence in the finals. In fact, it's likely she could have won given her track record.
Within the first 10 minutes, there are no talking head scenes of Sherry Pie, and the series still includes a disclaimer off the top of the episode.